Have you ever heard people talking about cut a wave,
Cutting wave.
Cut a wave.
Cutting the wave.
Cut away.
map control,
Map control.
or something like that? Well, all of these concepts have something in common. The waves. Those little creeps that spawn every 30 seconds, they're not just golden experience, they're like a clock. They give you all the information you need. And if you're not keeping track of them, you will never be able to read the map. Here are a few things and some examples to help you read the map. Mid lane is the shortest, so anything that happens mid lane will react faster compared to top lane and bottom lane. Second thing, whenever you push a wave into the enemy tower, someone must show up. If nobody shows up, that means they're doing something. Ganking, smoking, or taking stacks. Once you understand these concepts about the wave, it will be easier for you to make smokes or predict smokes as well. So let me show you a couple of samples. Okay, here's Liquid against Tundra. They played PGL tournament a few days ago. At this point in the game, Liquid has been farming until now, and Cassius got his Desolator, which means they can go and try to kill this Dragon Knight. But check out what he does. Before the smoke, he pushes the bottom lane first, then engage with Hoodwink. This is important because it will make the smoke less obvious and harder to read for the other team. While Lesh was farming jungle, instantly TP stopped to meet up with them. Super smooth and clean, but here's what people miss. Before this play happened, a Hunter was the one pushing top until a creep wave meets the tower or near. This forced DK or another core to be there to farm it. In this case, DK. Notice how he pushed the wave and then leave, just like Kes did before. And now he takes in charge the mid lane. This will give freedom to Lesh to do whatever he wants, either jungle or rotate. So now, top lane is getting pushed, DK is reacting to it, mid lane is getting pushed by TIE Hunter, and Kes just push bottom lane. Notice how Martha reacts to TIE Hunter's pressure, and then Lycan reacts to the bottom pressure. This leaves DK alone, and an easy target for the Radiant. Everything combined feels like this plays really fast, but remember that none of this will happen if TIE didn't push top lane in the first place, and force DK to be there. Going back to what we said before, mid lane has the shortest path, which means we'll have the faster reaction. Not pushing mid lane will be a good indicator that somebody is doing something on the other team. The Hunter is really tanky in this game, so let's see what he does. Notice how he's pushing mid lane and forcing reaction from DK. Later on, DK dies. Now he's pushing mid lane again, forcing Pagna to show up. Now once again he's pushing mid, forcing this time Quap to show up. So every time he's pushing mid, every time there's a reaction from the other team. So what happens now? He pushes mid again, but guess what? There's no reaction. And guess what the other team is doing? They are smoking. Something important to mention here is that as soon as they got a kill on DK and Morta, they all start pushing lanes. Lesh push top, Tide push mid, Cass bottom. Notice how every lane is getting pushed into the enemy tower. This makes any play easier to read, and you're able to make a choice between fighting them or dodging them. Even though it's a Hunter who's doing the push and everything, and notice how the supports, in this case Spearbreaker and Hoodwink, they're positioning themselves to be able to cover the smoke ganks on both entries to the jungle. This combined with a Hunter pressure mid and showing no reaction from the other team confirms the smoke. Keep in mind that during this time it's gonna be minute 20 soon, so there comes their mentor. So how they fight it? Well, at this moment, Cassius finished the big item, which is the Aghanim, and he wants to fight. The Hunter pushed mid already, and now Cassius is pushing bottom lane as well. After pushing the wave, he goes and smoke with Hoodwink. Just like we saw before, he's pushing the wave again and then going to smoke. Doing this before the smoke gives you time and freedom to do whatever you want, because there's no need to go back to the bot lane in this case, or the mid lane after they push. Notice how they let Tide to be the one pushing top lane on their way to a Tormentor. Eventually they managed to get control of the top side of the map and saw the Tormentor, and they get a kill Pugna on the way. Every time you have a hero Su, like Enchantress, Lycan, Chen, or when you have Dominator, they can do the job for you, which is push the lane and force reaction. You can even drag the waves to force reaction. And this also applies to heroes that have illusions, like TV or Morphling with a Manta. Notice how our Enchantress is pushing the wave. But then he leaves the creep to do the job for her. Also, Centaur does the same, but in this case he's dragging the wave instead and pushing top wave indirectly. And now he does it again. This will make top lane push and force reaction from the enemy team. Here TV does the same. He pushes the lane with illusions, forcing in this case Berserk to show up. And then later in the game he does the same, pushing the wave into the enemy side. This pattern will keep repeating over and over until one of the teams decides to fight. So look at this moment. Centaur already dragged top wave, and Chandra's pushing mid, and TV already pushed bottom. This is the moment where they can actually look for a fight. And you see the Storm TPs here, they're like gathering in this area. Well, they're actually trying to get a kill, but unluckily nothing happens, but that's fine. The intention and being ready for the kill is what matters, and what they did before that, pushing the waves. So what happens next? Well, look at the map. Top lane is getting pushed, and so is bottom lane at this moment. So they need to fix these two lanes in order to get a kill, or to move around the map. What TV does here is really important. He's pushing the wave with illusions and himself, pushes really fast and then leave. Centaur does the same thing. He pushes top lane with a creep, and then leaves. Both are connecting to the same objective, which is a ruin. And they get a free kill and burst back in the process. So what they did, push lanes and then connect to get an objective. And they get a bonus kill as well. And of course the ruin. Okay, but all of these are pro teams replaced. How does this actually help me to get in my rank games? Dota works this way at every rank. It doesn't matter if you are high rank or low rank, the waves still behave the same. So what I did, I went into my friend's account to play one rank and show this theory. For this to work, you need to consider if you're the one that has the job to push the waves, or you're the one that has the job to gank or cover the guy who's pushing the waves. In this game I'm playing Warlock, I'm constantly looking at the waves that needs to be pushed. I'm also looking at my teammates' ultimates like Ravage, my Golem, and Supernova, if they are ready to fight or not. And also my teammate items, like if my carry is ready to fight or if my mid lane is ready to fight, they have some big item, like BKBs or something like that. At this moment we know that Quap is bottom, and she needs to keep pushing bot lane in order to move, but she doesn't do it. Now look at the map. We see we were top, showing for 1 second again, and who scored mid. We always need to keep track of these heroes when we do this. Now look at bottom again. Quap doesn't show anymore. If Phoenix push bottom and forces the enemy to react bottom or not to react, we know where they are. Now we see Quap mid, Clockwork top. We got a lot of information already, based on this ward and 2 waves. Now Phoenix push bottom, and there is of course no reaction because the team is playing top lane. Now my only job here as a Warlock is to push mid and see what happens, what reaction I get, or if I get any. So at this moment I push mid, again being careful, and then I run away. Phoenix already pushed bottom and showed no reaction. So this means like top lane is really dangerous. So it's pretty obvious that they're top by right now. No reaction mid, no reaction bottom. Don't be like this PL, dying like a noob. So you see the importance of knowing where is dangerous and where is not dangerous is that now you have a choice between fighting them or dodging them. And we actually know all of this based on these 2 waves. If you apply even half of what we covered today, I guarantee you will start seeing map differently and making way better decisions. Maybe I should put this on the start, but I didn't know where to put it. Currently 14k plus doing coaching sessions of any role and rank. If you're interested, let me know in the Discord. Link in the description. Thanks for watching and see you next time.